Officer caught giving 18 men head and more after he took them to different locations. Boy, what the hell? By Carlus King. Let's like his video. If you enjoyed the reaction content at any point, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Remember, we're on the road to 500 subscribers. I'm gonna keep dropping bangers as long as y'all keep supporting me. Let's lock in and let's see what we got. This sounds insane.
I made a pledge.
Joins us now with more details, Chris.
Surely, Mandy, it seemed to take forever in court as prosecutors read through accounts of 18 men in handcuffs being used by a former North County Police cooperative officer. 36-year-old Marcellus Blackwell pleaded guilty to 18 counts involving kidnapping and depriving victims of their rights. It turns out he was doing this during a time we interviewed.
All right, what's up with y'all? So look, man, I'm back again with another video right now. Listen. I got two different stories, but they're basically kind of the same, and we're going to talk about everything and break everything down as of now. But basically, I want to say these situations aren't funny just because they are men. Men deserve the same respect as a woman would get in these type of situations, you know, and I just got to keep it all the way 100 with it because I see people laughing at the guys, but when it comes to a woman, they want the world to crash and burn. You know what I'm saying? I feel as if y'all should hold the same energy with these men who didn't deserve what they went through.
And that's a fact, though. A lot of people don't take, a lot of people don't take men's sexual, can I say that? A lot of people don't take men's assault. It's weird because in a lot of situations when men get, assaulted in that way, they get violated, a lot of people don't seem to take it serious. And it's just like, he does have a point. Like if it was women, it would be a lot different. You know what I'm saying? People would be more enraged. People would take it more serious. People would be more mad. People would want harsher penalties.
Now, in the first story, Marcellus Blackwell, right? He's a former police officer, right? Now, I can't even say alleged. Now, it's all true. He's pled guilty to it or whatever the case may be. He has took 18 different men to various locations and committed certain acts on them, right? Eating them boys alive, doing different things of that nature, right?
Eating them boys alive is crazy. My whole thing is, right, I've literally seen a body cam video, right, where this dude, like if you watch body cam videos, you know the most popular one with the dude who I don't know if he arrested the woman directly, but he was in charge of taking her to the station, and she was talking to him while he was on the drive, then he ended up pulling over on the side of the road. He ended up getting stuck in the back seat with her. So maybe he didn't make that rookie mistake. Maybe that's why they didn't find out. But my whole thing is, gang, it's just like how does an officer, you know what I'm saying, get away with taking 18, and that's just the men that came forward. Only 18 men spoke up. What if it's more? It could be more than that. Like, this is truly predator shit, but it's just like, how can an officer take 18 different men to just random locations for long periods of time after the arrest, after the detainment, and just have so much time unaccounted for, where nobody is questioning, like, why did it take so long to transport the criminal? Why did it take so long to transport the person to the jail, to point A, point B, etc.? It's just like, how can you get away with doing this? And it's just like nobody said nothing in the moment. Like, to me, I just don't see how you don't say something in the moment, because I would have had to say something in the moment. Like, if that was to happen to me, gang, you think I'm just gonna be quiet when we get to the station? You think I'm like, nah, bro. I just can't. I don't understand. I got a lot of questions.
They didn't go into the full depth of what all he did, and the reason why they didn't do that is because of him going ahead and accepting the plea that they gave him, which, oh no, it's not the plea. He just went ahead and accepted his guilt, right? Now he's facing 30 years, but basically, you know, he arrested people, turned off his body cam footage after he took them to a location and did whatever he wanted to do to them. Eating 18 men is crazy to me, you know.
And it's just like, that's not suspicious. Do we not start to question, like, why every time you make an arrest, instantly your body cam turns off? Like we don't question that. Like me, I would think that's weird. I would think that's suspicious. On top of that, if you have a similar excuse every single time, like, oh, after I made this arrest, my body cam died, or after I made this arrest, I switch body cams, or for some reason the file's corrupted. After every single time you make an arrest, the file corrupts. that's not weird. It's just like people, and I'm not saying that they're necessarily letting him get away with it or they knew what he was doing and just allowing him to do it, but it's just like, you can't tell me that it's not weird that an officer is making multiple arrests. I'm saying multiple arrests, and it's just after every time they make an arrest, or after like every now and then arrest is made, your body cam just magically just doesn't show what happens. You know what I'm saying? They just pop. You bring them to the jail whenever you want. You know what I'm saying? We there's no a recollection. Not recollection, not the right word. There's no proper account of time that passed from when you made the detainment to when they arrived at the jail, or where they arrived wherever they gotta go.
And it's allegedly, in my thoughts and opinions, from the title to everything I'm saying in this video. And I'm only saying that because they didn't give us full details of every situation. But if you get into the transcripts, I'm pretty sure you'll find out everything that you need to know, right? But basically, you know, he took these men to these locations and did what he wanted to do. Now, people were making, you know, reports about this, and they started to investigate. Once they started to investigate, they went through his Google hard drive, if I'm not mistaken, or his Google, you know, the backup memory, right? And they seen certain videos of him doing whatever he was doing to these men, right? Ultimately, they landed him in jail, and he went ahead and accepted guilt, because if he would have took it to trial, everything would have been blasted to the public. Which, when I say everything, I mean every single thing. Which I feel as if it still should be broadcasted to show the world, but people's personal identities and shit like that, you know, can play a major role on their mental.
And that's understandable, but at the same time, gang, you can it's ways where we can still use this to spread awareness, because a lot of people not are on YouTube that are gonna come across this video. There's a lot of people who, you know what I'm saying, they don't even know this shit happened. I didn't know this happened until prior to me clicking on this video. Like prior to this shit popping up on my feed. So it's just like a lot of people are going through life not aware that this can be happening, or maybe they are, but just like this spreads awareness. As a man in this country, where, you know what I'm saying, it's not that I don't think stuff like this can happen, but it's just like, to me, it's just like my brain just couldn't take me there. Now, like seeing a video like this where it's like literally documented, this an officer, a person who went through police academy, a person who's, I'm saying, accepted that role to fucking patrol the streets and protect people, is taking random men to locations and sucking them off. So it's just like, I feel as though no matter what he requests, no matter the fact that he accepted his punishment with a swiftness, who gives a fuck? There's ways like you can still, you know what I'm saying, use this to spread awareness, even if you gotta blur the faces of other dudes he did it to. But like, you know what I'm saying, show him leading up to it. You know what I'm saying, show his predatory nature, because this can literally expose other corrupt cops, other corrupt men, other corrupt women, people that are real life predators that are preying on people in vulnerable situations. We can literally use this situation to just simply spread awareness. Like keeping this quiet or keeping this like hush does nothing for nobody.
Let y'all see some of these video clips that I found of him. Well, not of him, but you know, about the situation. And I'm gonna come right back and we're gonna talk about the next story, which is crazy as hell too. But this is what they had to say.
A police officer is accused of assaulting 19 men he arrested or detained. A federal grand jury returned a new indictment against Marcellus Blackwell, who worked for the North County Police Cooperative. He now faces 36 charges. Federal investigators believe there could be more victims. The FBI has set up a hotline for you to report what you know. That number is 314-589-2682.
New at 5, a former North County police officer has pleaded guilty to assaulting 18 people after detaining them. We alerted you about Marcellus Blackwell's crimes 3 years ago while he was an officer with the North County Police Cooperative. Blackwell admitted to assaulting 18 men, often during traffic stops or arrests. This happened between 2022 and 2023. Well, prosecutors say many of the victims were taken to a remote location when Blackwell would deactivate his body camera and assist them. Blackwell will be sentenced in November. Prosecutors are asking for 30 years.
But like my thing too, like as a man, what do you do? Like I'm genuinely, like, I'm trying to take it serious. What do you do in that situation? Like, especially if you know what he's about to do, like how it's no way that you don't, it's no, like you gotta fight this. It's no way we make it back to the station and he don't have like a like a fucking like a bruise on his lip, or I'm bruised and I'm beat up, where somebody's asking questions like, were y'all fighting? What happened? Like literally, even if he do get the better of me and whatever happened, but it's like I did some damage. You know what I'm saying? Some damage was done to the point where you're going, like when I get to the station and when I get to the fucking jail or the whatever, they're going to have to question what happened. And gang, I'm not shutting up. There's no way I'm shutting up. The moment I come in contact with another officer, I'm telling him, bro, this nigga just tried to suck me. You know what I'm saying? This nigga literally tried to put his lips on my meat. Like this is insane. Like I don't understand how. I wonder how much time genuinely passed. How many men just like sat there and took it to the point where they didn't come, like who was the man that was like, yeah, this shit is not okay. I gotta say something immediately. Because the other men who didn't say nothing is just like what is the problem? Like, are you embarrassed about? I don't get it. Like, as a man, if something like this on this level was to happen to me, I would have to see somebody about this. Even if it's this nigga, like, genuinely, like, you're not about to sit here and try to take my manhood forcefully. That's not happening. You're literally gonna have to me in this cop car. When I say that, you're gonna have to off me in this back seat, and then you're gonna have to explain why. You know what I'm saying? And then that's just gonna have to be what it is. But at the same time, gang, it's just like this is weird. I'm trying to take it serious, but like I do have questions in my head. It's like, what if the men like were enjoying this? What if some of the men were enjoying this? That's why they didn't speak. Did you try to fight hard enough? Like I have so many questions.
Pleaded guilty to using handcuffed men. This as he was approaching his federal trial.
Marcellus Blackwell was an officer for about a year during the time he admits to abusing men in his custody. Fox Files investigator Chris Hayes is tracking this case and has been since it broke 3 years ago. And he joins us now with more details. Chris.
Shirley, Mandy, it seemed to take forever in court as prosecutors read through accounts of 18 men in handcuffs being used by a former North County Police cooperative officer. 36-year-old Marcellus Blackwell pleaded guilty to 18 counts involving kidnapping and depriving victims of their rights. It turns out he was doing this during a time we interviewed him for an unrelated report about officer recruiting. This was in 2023, shortly before he was accused of molesting in his custody. A prosecutor read through each accusation, saying Blackwell turned off.
Like, the more I see this nigga, he just looked like the type of dude that be doing weird shit. Like, he don't, like, when I think cop, I don't see this nigga. Like, he don't strike me as a typical officer. I don't know why. It's just like this. It's just something off about him. He looked weird.
His body cam each time and recorded his acts with his own cell phone. Blackwell acknowledged his guilt.
And he was recording it himself. It's like what are you, like, why? Like, I can only take some more of this.
U.S. Attorney Thomas Albus came out to speak after the hearing.
A sad day in a lot of ways. This frankly disgusting conduct that you heard recounted to Judge Lanahan that Mr. Blackwell did accept responsibility for. You know, we think of the victims today, and they were in a particularly vulnerable situation.
Blackwell was coming up on his trial date, which would have meant those cell phone videos would be played to a jury. So it's not much of a surprise Blackwell took this plea. He's looking at a 30-year recommended prison sentence.
Well, Chris, how was all of this uncovered?
One of the last victims pointed out that this was done to him and it was recorded. So the co-op worked with the FBI and found videos on his Google Drive.
Wow. So was he committing these crimes at the police station?
In his car, and part of the charges that he pleaded guilty to, kidnapping. And it came out that he took one of his victims to Normandy High School bus lot to do this.
Wow,
in his car.
Interesting. Yeah.
It is shocking. All right, thank you.
Okay, now that you've seen all of that, you know, we're going into a new situation where a border patrol,
all right, well, I'm gonna stop right there because I genuinely, for kudos to the last guy. Like, I got tremendous respect for the last guy, because clearly the other 17, maybe, I don't know, I can't speak for them. I don't know, maybe it is a really, really traumatic experience getting violated in that way, to the point where you just shell up and you don't want to tell nobody. But at the same time, gang, you got to understand, if he did this to me, he could be possibly doing this to other people. And for him to only get 30 years in a place where I feel like he wanted to go anyway, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're not really punishing this nigga. You're sending him somewhere where maybe he has the most fun ever. I don't know. But it's just like, if 30 years though, it's just like, it's not clicking for me. And if the roles were reversed, gang, this would probably be, you know what I'm saying? If this was a male cop doing this to female women, they would be arguing the penalty. They would be arguing that. Maybe that officer still accepts a plea or gets offered a plea in that alternate reality, but it's just like, gang, no. These type of people need harsher punishment. Losing 30 years of your life for sexually assaulting somebody is kind of like, he plays for that team, so you're literally just sending him, like, I don't know. It's weird. If you enjoyed the randomness of this reaction video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It's your boy RushMoreRick. I'm out. I'll see you on the next video. Peace. I gotta end it. What the fuck?